morning, family. I hope you are doing awesome today. Wind down the week, clear my mind, get into the mood, and just feeling relaxed today. Make sure that today is feeling relaxed and taking everything else off of your mind that's been going on or happening during the week to just give this opportunity to kind of just download. That's what maybe I should name this chat download, the weekly download of things. And each week, the topic typically comes to me the day before I come on. And just remember, well, today's topic is about sabotaging your own success is a real thing. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna get into my experience with that this week. All right. So let's get started on the funnel chat today. Sabotaging is a real thing, and the reason this topic came up this week is because I I had some experiences this week, and I noticed that I had a few things that I needed to have done, and when I go through and I know exactly what I have on my to-do list, I see myself making progress. I know that execute, success is really just a matter of making that plan and executing on it. Executing on those plans isn't always easy to do. You know what you need to do. You know what it takes to be successful. You know, you know all these things. It's not that we don't know what we need to do, and it's not that we don't know how to do them. And why don't we do them? Why don't we do things when we know they should be done? When we know doing this thing is going to either it's what we're going to do is going to get us a little bit of relaxation. It's going to take these things off of our plate. It's going to clear our minds. It's going to make our path clearer, but yet and still, we still don't do them. We don't do them. We might wake up, look at our list of things to do, and then time starts to tick, and we still see that we have these things to do. And what our mind does is our mind thinks of all these creative reasons, but I'll call them excuses. All these creative excuses for us not to actually take action, not for us to move the pen, not for us to write down a goal. Let's say our goal is to just write down a list of people that we can reach out to that might be interested in our services. We know the steps. Look them up online, write down that list, or maybe even type in those numbers. Why aren't we doing it? And I would say that it can be ourselves not wanting ourselves to get out of our comfort zone. Our our human nature is to be comfortable. Our human nature is we are creatures of habit. And when we try to break out of and just go out and do these things that are outside of our comfort zone, it sends a message to our brain almost saying, alert, alert, what's going on? There's trouble in paradise. We're not comfortable doing this. Then our brain goes into a mode where it's trying to stay comfortable. And our brain is powerful. Our brain is probably what's responsible for controlling the majority of our situation. So when we look at the situation that we're in today, it's a result of the decisions we've made over the past 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 3 years, 4 years, 6 years. And that's brought us to where we are today. It's our decisions. And our mind wants to be in a place where we are comfortable. Just think about it. When you go to a restaurant, how many times have you tried a dish and you like that dish, and then you go back to the same restaurant and you get that same dish? It's not easy for us to go outside that comfort zone and do new things or be uncomfortable. It's our brain wanting to stay comfortable. But the reality of it is that when we stay comfortable in our own zone, we can't grow. We can't grow outside of what we're normally what our normal position is. So in order to grow, we have to feel some uncomfortableness. But our brain is going to fight that. Our brain is going to fight that because our brain and our human nature is for comfort. Now, it is a real thing. If when you look at I looked up the definition of sabotage.
Are you enjoying this video? Now's the time to smash that heart button and hit the subscribe. What are you waiting for? You'll be glad you did. Now back to the video.
I looked up the definition of sabotaging, and the definition of sabotage is to deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something. And I thought that made me think, okay, sabotage is deliberate. Do we deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct ourselves? I don't know if it's deliberate so much as it is a natural force that we have to work with. Natural forces are laws that we can't control, our animal instincts, and it's ingrained in our human nature. Let's say, for instance, we have to eat, we have to look for shelter. our we've done this our entire existence, going back thousands of years. So is what's happening to us deliberate, or is it something that we need to learn how to work with to counteract it? And that's what I want to talk about today. Really, it is a real thing. Sabotaging our own success is a real thing. But how do we counteract this sabotage? How do we overcome this throughout the day, which I'll tell you, and I can speak for myself when I say thousands of these thoughts come to my mind every day. I have a goal to stay healthy. I have a goal to work out, and I have a goal to have great relationships with all of my entire family members. So each day I'll tell myself, how do I want to have these better relationships? How do I want to become healthier? How do I want to stay in great shape? Every day I can choose healthy options with food. I can wake up in the morning and go and exercise. I can pick up the phone and call one of my close relatives just to have a discussion with them. And what happens when I see these things? I see these things on my list. What can I do? Because when those thoughts come to my mind, and this is when I'm going to list 10 excuses that I've made to avoid sticking through with my goals. I'm going to I'm going to list right now 10 excuses that came to my mind when I thought about this coming onto my list. And I want you to see if any of these excuses are some of the reasons, the excuses. I think they're excuses. Yeah, they're excuses of why I these thoughts were coming to my mind. Okay, here's one. It's too cold. Number two, it's too wet. Number three, it's too hot. Number four, it's Friday. Number five, uh, it's Monday. Number six, it's the weekend. Number seven, it's lunchtime. Number eight, well, it's only 8 a.m. Number nine, it's almost 5 p.m. Number 10, I'll do it later. Those are 10 reasons that, or 10 excuses that came to my mind when I saw and I came upon the things that I needed to do. And I came up on these reasons, or they're excuses. They're really excuses. It's too cold outside. It's too wet outside. It's too hot outside. These are the things that were running through my mind that were, these are the thoughts that were running through my mind that were trying to sabotage me and my success with my goals. And these were thoughts that were coming to me from my inside of my own brain, wanting to keep me comfortable. Now, I want to tell you these because if any of these are some of the things that come to your mind, you can recognize them when they show up as your brain trying to keep you comfortable and trying to keep you in your same spot. And I believe in working with nature and not working against it. It's the difference between trying to go against the flow and of water, which is powerful. Nature is powerful. You can go against the flow of water, or you can flow with it. Recognize these, recognize these excuses, and say to yourself, "It's too cold. It's cold, yes, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's too hot, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's Friday, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's the weekend, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's I'll do it, and I'll do it later. No, but I'll do it now." So sabotaging, it's not deliberate. So you can overcome those, you can overcome those thoughts and still break through, but you have to be consciously aware of it. And I'm talking to you this week, just being fully transparent about some, I call it procrastination. It's not really procrastination. It's a lot of times it is the thoughts that are going on in your mind that try to prevent you from reaching these goals. But I've had some this week. It's been something that's been going on with me, with some big tasks that I've had to complete, and I wanted to share it with you. I'll share. A lot of times people won't share the dark side of what they're encountering on a daily basis, but everything is not always sunshine and ponytails and rainbows. So it's just not the truth, okay? And I thought about, and I wanted to also bring up 10 reasons, 10 things, and these are 10 factors that might be the reason for sabotaging for the sabotage. And these might be the reasons for um, not stepping forward, not going out and doing some of those things, uh, especially when it comes to being an online entrepreneur and the things that we have to deal with on a daily basis, because you have to really put yourself out there. And I've started a little bit late, but I'm over about 20 minutes. I like to keep these talks about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go fairly quickly on these 10, and I may elaborate on them a little bit later. Okay. So these are 10 factors which might be sabotaging you and your success. One, you hate the idea of being rejected. Two, you don't want to come off as pushy. Three, you feel awkward either promoting yourself or putting yourself out there. Four, you feel that you might be intruding on other people. Five, you worry about not knowing what to say. Six, you don't feel comfortable approaching other people. Seven, you're scared of what others might say. Eight, you had a bad experience before as coming out. Nine, you feel like you have to compromise your values and it's not you. 10, you regularly discount what you have to offer, meaning you're just not confident in what your product is. You're not 100% confident. All of these things might be factoring into your ability to move forward in your online business. These are factors that might be holding you back internally, and unless you get into the root of those, your mind is always going to want to keep you in your comfortable zone, because all of those factors can put you in a position where you're not comfortable. And your brain is saying, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there. Let's keep you where you're comfortable. But I want to let you know that um, no one starts off being the most confident person in the world. And that really isn't the issue. And your success is really based more on your willingness to to learn the skills to overcome those fears and become great at what you do. Because everything that you want is on the other side of those fears. It's easy to look at somebody else and think that they're naturally born that way. Oh my gosh. And you can never be as good as them. Maybe you don't think you have the perfect personality, or you're too honest, or that you don't have the confidence. I was not born confident. It was quite the opposite. If you've ever attended my challenge my 5-day challenge, you've heard me tell the story of how unconfident of a person I've been for the majority of my life. And what I did, I hated the fact that I would see other people have conversations, and I would look and I would say, huh, how are they having this conversation? What are they talking about? What is it? How is that person able to make this person smile and laugh? That sent me on a journey. That sent me on a journey to find out what it was. And that journey took me into hundreds of books about human behavior, hundreds of books about how to have conversations, hundreds of books about how to be a leader, hundreds of books about um, just being being a better person. And so the key was I was willing to back. I was willing to do the work. I was willing to make mistakes, and I refused to give up. And my throughout the journey, it hasn't been pretty. It hasn't been, but I'm not gonna stop. I know that it's working, and it hasn't stopped. And I will continue on that journey. And I hope you do too. That's what I have to say today, family. That is my chat for this Funnel Chat Friday. I hope you have enjoyed it.
If you're just starting out online, you're probably studying a lot. That's great. You're probably geeking out on all the strategies also, right? Well, that's also great. But the hardest part is figuring out how to communicate in a way that makes someone want to buy from you and how you should sell to them, right? Well, that's also what I struggled with for a while until I found the formula. So I created this free 5-day challenge called the Make More Money Marketing Challenge to get you on track with your marketing and, more importantly, the right sales scripts and processes to get it off the ground and getting people to take you up on your products, services, and your opportunities. You want to come? Well, there's small groups on purpose so I can answer your direct questions for 5 straight days. You can hold your spot by going to www.thementalmarketer.com/4M challenge sign up. Again, that's thementalmarketer.com/4M challenge sign up. Check the site for dates and times. I'll see you on the inside.